Hello, I am live. This is great. Wonderful day, Frabjous day. Today is a wonderful, interesting day. Right before I decided to go live, something happened with my webcam that it didn't want to focus, and because of that, StreamYard decided to futz out. So I had to restart Firefox because now it didn't want to access my webcam, and that also erased the tier list that I made. So excuse me as I talk and try to do things at the same time. Hello, everybody. This is going great. Um, Today I'm going to be doing my 6-month wrap up, and I am going to shamelessly steal an idea from Evie. Speaking of, where I'm just going to do it on a tier on a thing. I'm going to do a tier list. I have to make the tier list first, and I have to get all the files for all the covers that I had, and I had open and everything. But now they're not. It's great. That device is not currently in use. Oh, wait, it is. Limited number of USB slots. So in the meantime, I'm going to be doing things. That's an excellent idea, Kai. I don't have all the spirits yet, so maybe after I've played all of them, and gotten like the nature incarnate ones as well. Evie, this is YouTube. This is a cesspit of stealing ideas, isn't it? That's what I thought it was. But I do think this would be a great idea, and it would be great, like secret Alan commercial. Like Alan thought he was starting a like. So if I hijacked one of the commercials and just started doing like put on like a 2-hour stream of me doing a Spirit Island tier list and waiting to see how long until Alan just turned it off in the middle of Book Jeopardy, that would be funny. Name of template: 6-month wrap up. Category. Oof. I don't want to. No. Create a single use. Okay, cool. No, I don't want to download. Where's the full screen? In presentation mode. What did I call these tiers again? New favorite. So let's talk about my adventure today. Hey, it's Tori, Alethea, Anita, and Clay Yalk, and Chaudia. Hello. I am in the process of recreating something that decided to crash. Okay, that's done. Plug this in. I have had an adventure today, and let's talk about it. I started out the day being like, you know what, I'm gonna go, throw some frisbees at a frisbee golf course and do the frisbee golf thing, because I started doing that because a friend was like, let's do it, and I'm like, this is fun, and I have discs now, and it's great. Shoot, what did I call this tier? Does anybody have what I need is so I decided to go play disc golf, and there was a walking path after that, so I got done with like 9 holes, and then I was like, you know what, let's just go for a walk. So I walked like a mile or two. No, it was 2 miles, which was fun. And okay, so let's bring up the thumbnail. Big feelings, that's what it was. So I did the 2 miles, and I'm being really bad at this. And I come back to my car, and notable thing about my car is my clicker doesn't work, right? So I have to unlock it with the key. So I unlock it with the key, toss the keys onto the car seat, the seat, and then I hit the unlock button, or I thought I hit the unlock button, so I could take the bag that I had my disc golf frisbees in, and I was going to toss it in the back. So I thought I hit the unlock button. I didn't. I hit the lock button, and I shut the door, and I go around the back of the car and try to open the trunk, and it doesn't open magically. And so I locked myself out of my car. So I called my roommate, which was which took a little bit, which happens. It's just how it is. Like 5 minutes. I called my roommate. I'm like, hey, can you look for my key? It might be in one of 2 boxes. And little known fact, I have a lot of hidey holes where I stash random things or important things, but basically like hidey holes. And there's 2 or 3 boxes where I think my extra keys might be. He can't find them, so I'm like, you're gonna have to come pick me up, And he comes and picks me up. It's great, and takes me back, and I have to figure out where the heck my spare keys are. And there's like 5 other places that are like under things and whatever that I try to look. For those of you that have seen me do Tetris, there's like 3 or 4 boxes at the bottom of this Tetris. I was like, are they there? So I like tore out half of the Tetris, not half of it, but like everything right there. I tore out that Tetris, part of the Tetris, to look in there. They weren't there. And then finally I find the boxes they're in. And funny thing about the boxes they're in, those boxes have locks on them. And the box with a lock on it, the key, you know where that is? That is on the key ring that is currently locked inside my car. So I'm like, and I don't remember where I actually put the spare keys. Funny thing about the spare keys is they were in another locked box. So I have to break out a set of lock picking tools, which I happen to have because I was a young and very impulsive buyer when I got out of college. And thank goodness that I had heard on a bunch of like YouTube shorts and stuff about that most locks kind of suck, especially ones that you can buy that are pretty cheap. So I dig out that and I managed to actually pick the lock because, again, most locks nowadays just rely on the fact that people don't know how to pick locks. So they suck. Got that out and we were able to, drive back. Car wasn't stolen and we're good. Everything worked out. Yeah, I'm Evie. I'm literally in the process of preparing my tears as I'm telling the story. But yeah, that was fun. This Nook, there is Eyes of the Void. Final Architecture is out, and then Shards of Earth is not. It doesn't exist. Not that it doesn't exist. It's a paperback, so I couldn't put it here. It's actually right here. There we go. Yep. Yeah. I was locked in my car. That's why I pushed it, because when I got back, it was like 2:30, and I'm like, I'm definitely not doing it too because I had to. No, it's 1:30. Yeah, it is. Having a lockpick set is. I mean, you only honestly need 2 or 3 tools. Maybe it's fun. Yeah. I think that's probably what the shorts were. It's. I only ever saw the guy's hands. That sort of thing. Where are the covers? BookTube videos, covers. Yeah, so now I kind of know how to pick locks, I guess, now. It's great. Okay, and I'm going to need this all the way through Dictator, Lustrum, Black Company. Shift, pull. And I know there's 3. Love doing this for like the 6th time. So yeah, how has your guys' day been? Because mine's been fun. Oh, on top of that, good part of the day. No, I hate you, not you. I hate this thing because of the way dragging and dropping works. I have to do it all again. This is great. Normally I'd edit this out. Okay, there we go. Boom, and I freaking hate this thing. I have to retype all the things. Okay, let's do it the hard way. Not really the hard way, but the non-drag and drop way. Boop. Boop. Open. Okay. Thank you. I did. Why do I hate you? I don't hate you. I hate the thing. I'm glad you're multitasking to be here. Barium sulfate. How did that taste? That's my question. Isn't a colonoscopy you like just don't eat anything or drink anything? That's set up. Retype. Ooh, caps lock. Ooh, favorite. Big feelings. Warm and fuzzies at least. Nothing significant. It exists. There we go. All right, now we're ready. Let me just ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. Oof. Oh, hey, that's me. Oh, drinking water is all I do. By the way, did I tell you about the joy? I think I didn't finish that thought. Watermelon. I had a bunch of watermelon after I got back because watermelon is amazing. Nice. I'm at like 2, so I feel you there. The consistency. See, Alethea's whatever. Alethea likes that you're here, Anitha. Ooh. So you spend the day sitting on the toilet? That can't be fun. This is at least you're not reading the thing. Ba-doom. There we go. We're going to scroll this down. There we go. All right, let's do this thing. Of course, you're dusting everybody, Evie. It makes sense. Let's do this tier list. So as you can see, we have new favorite at the top, and then we have big feelings, which basically it's not a new favorite, but I really liked it. Warm fuzzies at least, which yeah, that's what I was going for, Evie. Did I when I am thinking about 3 different things at once, this is what happens. I don't finish sentences. Big feelings couldn't be bad feelings. Big good feelings. Okay, let's change that. Big good feelings. Thank you, Anita, for pointing out the flaws. Warm fuzzies, at least. This is I debated changing this one because it's like, hey, I liked it. It's cool. Nothing significant means it's just like I don't know what to say about this basically, and it exists is basically I hate you. I don't expect there to be anything here, but it exists. So, let us talk about what's the first one? Oh yeah, so I read 3 volumes of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle run from like 2012 because I got all 14 volumes plus the Last Ronin thing in a Humble Bundle for like $20, which is so much better than trying to spend $20 per book. So yeah, now I've started reading through those. Let's do the first one first. This is number 1. I honestly can barely separate the first 2 because it's a lot of origin story. Them being mutated and establishing themselves and meeting characters that I had never met before. I watched some of the TV show back in the day, but I didn't watch like a lot of it. The darker TV show, that one, and that was fun. I would say this is definitely in big good feelings because I really liked the 3rd volume, which was what's it, the fall, City Fall or something? I think it's called City Fall is like the arc that it all encompasses. And it's Shredder taking more active role than he did in the first 2 volumes. And kind of a culmination of a bunch of the backstory of the first 2. The backstory that involves Shredder. So that was really cool. And then there's some stuff with Leonardo that's really cool. I'm on the 4th volume right now. I haven't really finished it at all. Evie, I would never do this. Why would you? It's true. Alien Clay cover is popping. Like you need to read it. So yeah, that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Quaint Creatures. No. I'm not a cozy person. I feel like I need more delineation between like I liked it and I loved it and I loved it. But I don't know where to put this. I might change this. No, I really like this. This is going at the top of here. Quaint Creatures, by the way, Andrew D. Meredith, wrote his Cozy Creatures about a former dungeon inspector turned veterinarian in a very mishmash fantasy world called the Sideways. And it was great. It was really good. I really liked it. Yeah, that's where it is. So that's really fun. He's writing more of them. It's cozy chaos ensues, I guess. A lot of really fun characters and a lot of really just standard stuff. We will see. So, Heir to the Empire. I'll put Heir to the Empire up here. I didn't have a tier for rereads like Evie did, so I'm just going to place it in there. Heir to the Empire is definitely better than I remembered it, mostly because there are parts of the Heir to the Empire that I liked more now that I'm an adult and now that I appreciate politics more. So yeah, this is, I would say that there are definitely more like political maneuvering than like the OG trilogy. Maybe about the same amount of political maneuvering as the prequels. I don't know, but this is post Return of the Jedi, and there are a lot of like hardcore fans that would call this the original sequel trilogy. This was one of the first big pushes. There were other books that were written before this, but this was like the big push in Star Wars media, Star Wars books that were written after Episode 6 was released. So this was written before the prequel trilogy. So this was fun. I really liked it. I read it at the end of the month. Hey, it's Marianne. And hey, how's it going, Dan? Where are we at next? So not made things, but precious little things. Excuse me. So I'll put, gosh, like everything's gonna, precious little things, and we'll do made things as well. Everything's just gonna go in this tier. There. I really liked Made Things, and then the Precious Little Things, which is like a side story. So Made Things is a novella by Adrian Tchaikovsky. Precious Little Thing is like a novelette. I don't know what you call anything. It's not flash fiction, but it's definitely shorter than Made Things. A lot shorter than Made Things, which Precious Little Things is like a online only website thing that they publish. I think it was Tor.com. I could be wrong. Probably not. Because Tchaikovsky doesn't publish with Tor, does he? Am I hallucinating? Probably. Made Things is about puppet people. Also a girl who knows the puppet people. And I think it was really good. And I like the world. And I think that he needs to write more things in this world because it's great. Undeading Bells. We'll put it here. This is Fred the Vampire Accountant number 7. Fred is great. Fred is good. I like Fred. Yeah, it's just a fun series. Nothing significant. I don't know. I don't have much significant to say. Shadow Kiyoshi. Yeah, we can put that there. Which one did I like more? We'll come back to it. So Shadow Kiyoshi is the second book. I should probably do the first book first. But did I like it more than Air? Yeah. We'll put both of these right there. Is there a reason? I don't know. Is there a reason? Nothing can beat the Ninja Turtles now. Oh, hey, how's it going, Sean? Yeah, I will work on this actually. Yeah, cool. We'll talk about that. So Star Wars Heir of the Empire is written by Timothy Zahn. I don't know the authors for the Ninja Turtles. Adrian Tchaikovsky, Drew Hayes, Rise of Kyoshi is by F.C. Lee. So these are. Do I want to put them there? Both there? Yeah, we'll do that. So Shadow Kyoshi and Rise of Kyoshi, I don't have any reason to separate them, which is interesting. Actually, no, I do have. So Avatar: The Last Airbender is a universe I really, really love. That whole thing, not Avatar: The Blue People, but Avatar: The Elemental People. Really loved since I was a kid. Just realized I'm going to be talking for all this time. I don't have water. That'll be fun. So, Shadow Kyoshi and Rise of Kyoshi is about the Avatar, two avatars before Aang. Yeah, two, because Roku and then Kyoshi. And it's about her beginning. So when she first figures out she's the Avatar, which for her is later than normal, right? I think she's like 15, and there's this whole thing about somebody else was thought to be the Avatar for political reasons, power reasons, and I think it really this series does a good job of diving into like some of the politics, specifically the Earth Kingdom in the first one, but in a very specific way, and then the Fire Kingdom for the second one, and then kind of the Rise of Kyoshi, Shadow Kyoshi, I think is a lot better. It really showcases the difference between the spiritual and the physical side of things for the Avatar, right? So they're dealing with something spiritual happening as some spiritual threat as well, and this spiritual threat, I can't spoil that, and also something physical happening that partially is happening because of some of the spiritual stuff, but simply but yeah. So yeah, politics is happening in the Fire Kingdom at this point in time, and Kyoshi kind of going through that as a new Avatar. I just really liked it because it's like so much very different from both Korra and Aang's journey, because Aang is very much like very clear, we must defeat the Fire Nation, and then Korra is very much, I don't know what my role is, and there are definitely like similarities to Korra in that theme of I don't know what my role is. But Korra was very much very floundering, whereas Kyoshi, I think she had her path set out for her a little bit more because she had more people that she was letting help her, whereas Korra pushed away a lot of people that were trying to help her, at least in the first season of Korra. And then, yeah, the rest of the seasons, she does a better job. But yeah, that was fun. Really love these two books. I do still have a comment highlighted. Thank you. That I'm. Look, I can't buddy read everything with Anitha. It's very sad. Let's go start with I Claudius. Do I want to put I Claudius in nothing significant? Because I definitely have significant thoughts. I mean, I definitely liked Claudius, right? As a character, I think Claudius was really fun. Really fun. That's stupid. I think Claudius was a good character. I like Claudius. It's really funny because the other day somebody was reviewing the 12 emperors and whatever, and like I had a visceral reaction when somebody was like, yeah, Claudius sucks, and I was like, but based on everything that I know about him as an emperor and what he tried to do, and then his characterization in this book, it's really funny just getting attached to this specific characterization. I haven't really reached a significant point of characterization for him in Nero, but I've heard he's portrayed more as creepy. He's been in the background right now so far. Yeah, so that is I Claudius by I don't remember. Somebody's gonna have to tell me. Anita, who's that Claudius by? You know what I also do? I Claudius book. Robert Graves. There we go. All the Tchaikovsky. There's a lot of Tchaikovsky. So let's talk about Firewalkers. Firewalkers, I think I liked it more. I'm gonna switch these two because, yeah, I liked it more than Made Things. Yeah, let's put it there. That feels right. Firewalkers is in a collection called Terrible Worlds by Adrian Tchaikovsky. That is probably the easiest way you can find it because finding it as its own thing, not really possible. It's expensive. So Tchaikovsky Firewalkers. This is post-apocalyptic, and basically the world is really, really, really hot. What a surprise! And there are these bunch of people, and most of the rich people have ascended to the heavens in spaceships. And there's these people that go out into the savannas, or not the savannas, the basically burning hot parts of the world. While they live in one of the burning hot parts of the world that almost nothing can survive in, and they go out to scavenge. And this is the tale of one of those firewalkers. And the town that they live in is basically a dying, think like dying frontier town type of deal. The town was originally built to man the cable, the cable for the space elevator to the spaceship or space hotel or whatever. And it's dying because all the rich people have gone, and they don't want to let the poor people off. It's very, very there, and it's great. I like this one. Out of the three, this is my second favorite of the three in this collection. Yeah, it's very black and white, I would say, but it's really fun, really interesting just to explore this world and the broken pieces that are left over. Do I want to address it? Nope. We're gonna delay it more. We're definitely going to. Just gonna tease people. Wickwire Watch was up here. Wickwire Watch was good. I know a lot of people love it, and I'm sorry, Tori specifically. The pacing was really weird for me. Like I put it down about halfway through because the pacing had slowed down so much for me. And I am definitely not as attached to Dickensian characters as a lot of people that I know of that have read it. I think it was fun. I think it was cool. I didn't hate it. I didn't not have feelings about it. Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Probably. All right, so let's talk about Spirit Cuts Through Water. So the real question is it a new favorite of mine? I don't like at the very least I really liked it. I'm gonna put it here, and I'm very sorry, Evie. I did really, really like it, but it wasn't like a new favorite type of book that I'm gonna read and want to reread a lot. I I think the writing was really interesting. Um, I had a lot of fun reading it. Evie, I don't hate you. I'm very sorry. Yes, but a book can be brilliant, but not a new favorite. It's true. Um, like, don't hate me. Like it was a really well written book that a lot just really enjoyed reading about the world, and the characters were really well written. It just didn't reach the height of new favorite for me. I don't know how to put into words why. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's true. That's really what it is. I didn't want to try to overshadow your love of The Spirit Cuts Through Water. That's what it was. Savis Korvax. Let's talk about some KJ Parker. Also, by the way, Simon Jimenez. If you guys didn't know, Eva would tell you. Savis Korvax. Korax. I don't know why I keep saying Korvax. That's just like habit. I don't know why. I just want the double V. I'm sure that means something somewhere. Savis Korax captured the castle. Did I like it more? Yeah, I think I liked it more than that. This one was a lot better for me. This one I'm gonna put down here. So I can barely remember Savis Korax deals with the dead. Savis Korax captured the castle. I can remember more of, mostly because it's recent. I liked them. I didn't really like them as much as like the folding knife and all the other stuff. I don't know why. Maybe I'm not very attached to Savis Korax as a character. I'm just like, okay, buddy. Um, a lot of are you lying to yourself? You're probably lying to yourself. Korak, this one was a little bit better in terms of overall plot and dealing with people. I do like this sort of like, is she not lying to me? That sort of logical problem. And I think the bits and pieces that I like are a lot about him not wrestling with useless indecision. He's like, I'm gonna make this decision and just make it now and be fun with that. Anitha hates me now. Yes. See, really what we need to do is it's not about people like hating books being honest. It's about people with threats in their face being honest. That's really what it is. It helps that I can't see the chat when I'm actually dragging things. Trial of Empire. Where does Trial of Empire go? Because I liked it. I will talk about the it exists category and why, why there isn't much gonna go there. I don't think I liked it more. Let's say with Korax. We'll put it there. So, Trials of Empire by Richard Swan. Yeah, that sounds about right. Richard Swan. So, this is the third book in the, I almost said Justice of Kings Empire the Wolf trilogy. And I think that there's some weird tonal stuff going on, right? Because he shoved a lot of ideas in there, right? And I think people have said this before about this book. I liked what he was trying to do with it, right? If you take it in isolation for the other books, it's actually a lot better, almost if that makes sense. Just because like he goes really hard into like the Eldritch God type of thing, which was really cool. But like the scale from the first to the second to the third one is just like, even though like he was trying to hint that it was coming in the first two, sort of. I like how this ended. I like how, yeah, I like where he put the ending, and from what I know, he's trying to write more in this world, which is great. I think that there are things that he could have tried to do differently if he had decided he was going to do more in this world when he started it. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Remove the context. I'm very sorry. Yeah. I think the first kind of like half of it is like going all over the place, right? And I think if he had had a little bit more direction in that first half of the book, rather than them just running around like that with like chickens with their heads cut off, then it would have been a lot better as a book. Because there would definitely like that first half was just like they didn't feel like they knew what was going on. Dictator. So I'm going to put Dictator here. Put Lustrum here. So Lustrum was probably my favorite of the Cicero trilogy. I really liked it because this deals with Cicero during his consulship with the gosh, I was called Caligula, Agrippa. There's too many Roman names. There's way too many, and then they start repeating. It's annoying. Anitha, remind me who's the dude that let's just research consulship of Cicero so I can actually remember these names because that's what the issue is. It's a C. It's not Caligula. Consul. Here we go. Catiline. There we go. Catalina. Lustrum is yes, correct. There is Lustrum is the second. Dictator is the third. Thank you, Anitha. So I really enjoyed hearing about Cicero's consulship, and everything around Catalina was great. I really sympathize with Cicero as a character because he wants to preserve the Republic. And it's really sad, right? Because he's trying to preserve something that is super, super corrupt. And oh, nice. Like he wants to save he's trying to save something that doesn't exist anymore, basically, is how I see it. And it's sad that he is because of that just inevitability of just falling into decay. And I sympathize with that a lot. Yeah. So Cicero's great, and hearing about the consulship and just some of the speeches in this one that are referenced and makes me want to read some of his speeches, which I've started to. Yeah, I can agree with this, Anitha. Lustrum was just fantastic. Dictator was also fantastic, but it felt more just like telling of the facts than it did, which was, suspenseful in and of itself because it definitely was designed to be read somebody who didn't know the history, like me. I've heard like from Alan that Dictator is much less interesting because you already knew what's coming. Yeah, so it was fun, really fun. Got me more interested in Roman history. So now we're doing a lot more. Yeah, I also loved all three of them, but Lustrum is Catalan conspiracy. That's my jam. All right, what's next? We have Eyes of the Void and Shards of Earth. Nice. More Tchaikovsky. So the real question is, which one did I like better? And where do I put them? No. Put it here. So Shards of Earth, Lords of Uncreation is yet to be read, Anitha. Eyes of the Void. I think Eyes of the Void had more pacing issues. And there were more things in Eyes of the Void that frustrated me. Specifically, like that first half of Eyes of the Void is just so slow. Or just feels so slow because they're not telling us anything. Or Tchaikovsky's just not like, hey, yeah, archaeology is going on. I'm not going to tell you about any of it. In Eyes of the Void, where Shards of the Earth was very much just like the characters being thrown into every which situation and bouncing from thing to thing to thing. Like the difference in pacing is wild, actually, if you really think about it. Yeah, so Shards of the Earth by Adrian Tchaikovsky, very much a found family. See, this is these us I usually cut out. It's very much a found family thing, a found family story, and it's very much like Firefly or Farscape. If you guys have read that, they're both TV shows. Yeah, so the Vulture God is this spaceship, this hauler. Everything is done by like gravity drive, right? And I will say the fight, the ship to ship battle scenes in Shards of Earth are really, really cool. Like imagining that and like processing that with my mind, what's happening, it was just, yeah, that's probably why I like Shards of Earth a lot more. Is I think the battle scenes are really, really well written in Shards of Earth, and we get less of that in Eyes of the Void. So that is that. Yes, Kai, Firefly and Farscape. Why are we not friends anymore? New favorite is like just reserved for very, very specific books, Anita. Very specific books. So um yeah. Shadows Linger, Black Company. Should I just do, we're just putting them all out. Shadows Linger is the second Black Company book. We're gonna put that. Lots of thoughts. We're gonna put that there. That kind of feels right. We'll see. So Shadows Linger was definitely a change from the former Black Company. It took on more. It was a multi POV story, but that's like justified with the framing narrative. And the second POV that was introduced was, eh. Um, actually, yeah, I really didn't like Shed. Actually, if we're gonna be really honest, I did not like the second POV. Um, Probably not. Um, Considering I'm being really good about doing it once a month. Black Company, absolutely new favorite. I loved the first book. The first book was freaking amazing. Just you got that weird POV, that I mean weird, the non-standard POV, and so the first book mostly details a very specific campaign, and it's really different from most military fantasy. You're not going to see, every single battle. You see very, very few battles actually, from the perspective of the writer, who is the analyst of the Black Company. You do see some of their tricks that they pull, right? Because the Black Company hasn't been around this long because they're just good at fighting stuff. They're good because they're smart, and they pull these tricks on people. Like they did this one thing with a bounty that was really cool and magicy and stuff. And the characters are great. Honestly, if you like the bridge burners in Malazant, you're gonna. I think it's a high likelihood that you'll like the Black Company because they're like the bridge burners, but in my opinion, very much better. Ironclads, Agent Tchaikovsky. I think this will be the one that goes there. It was just kind of eh. I wish there was more, but it also felt very just samey. Very just like, okay, cool, we're in the forest and this is a cyberpunk world. Things are happening, cyberpunk stuff. It's okay. I'm very sorry for you. Croker is amazing. Yes, yes, Black Company is higher than Treadsworth. I'm very sorry, Anita, but I really, really love Black Company. But like it's freaking Marion Shed, if I'm remembering his name right. It's just so annoying. Yeah, so Kai, same. I had so much hope for the mechs. I think that this, I don't know if this is the wrong. There's so many other stories you could tell in this world that would be great. I think that the world has a lot of potential. I'm very sorry for your opinions, Enitha, but this is just how it is. Ogres. Ogres is great. Is it new favorite? Not quite, but it's up there. Ogres is fantastic. There's a reason why I didn't put it in new favorite, because there's other books by Tchaikovsky that I was like, this is amazing. Um, Ogres, like the plot twist at the end was great, especially considering some of my comments at the very beginning of reading Ogres. I really loved the Robin Hood / rebellion nature of all of this. It was really cool, really fun, really impactful. Yeah, Shed is very much the worst. Well, you should just read all of them, Ryan. The Dispossessed. This is going right here, where it's like it's The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin. It's great. It was amazing, and Alan was right. We'll just say that. The Dispossessed is about an anarchist that lives on the moon. I say the moon. It's really just a binary star system with 2 planets. So you got 1 planet, you got 2 planets. It's not binary star system. Why am I using that word? Binary star system is 2 stars. This is again things I would have edited out. So you have 2 planets that are habitable that are right next to each other, basically. So you got the anarchist planet, which is where they set the anarchists after the rebellion a while ago, or the revolution a while ago, and it's like basically you're on the edge of survival the entire time. And then you got the capitalist planet, which is just like, yay, this is the actual planet that everybody should be living on because this is the paradise planet, sort of. And we're doing great, whereas the anarchists are just fighting on the edge of survival. And yeah, it's cool. I really, really love just like Shevek growing up and kind of seeing the anarchist like society about everything, all that. And then I would say her argument against capitalism here is kind of weak, right? She kind of takes more. She does kind of take some of the more cartoony aspects of extreme capitalism as her arguments, while there are also some like real like there are some cartoony aspects and there are some not cartoony aspects, basically. Um, and some of the things that she took to the very extreme, like women's participation in society, is based off of more 70s sentiment, and that like it's not how we are today, because we come a long way. So it was fun. Um, shouldn't have read this. Redemption's Blade by Adrian Tchaikovsky. So I haven't read the rest of the series yet. Redemption's Blade. Did I like it more than Firewalker? I like. We'll put you at the bottom. Redemption's Blade is very like just. It's like post-apocalyptic epic fantasy kind of. So this is after the big evil bad lord has been defeated, and you have. I don't remember her name, the main character, who has a sword that can cut through anything. It's a problem because sheaths. And then she is walking around basically with 2 ogres. One is a magic ogre and one is a not magic ogre. And yeah, it's kind of walking through this world that has been scarred by this big bad evil lord and trying to put together what pieces you can. And I think that was definitely more impactful. Again, I don't remember any of the names of the characters, which is sad, but I could say that about a lot of these books on this list. Outside of like maybe Savage Corax, which the name's on the cover, it's fun. Expert Systems Brother. We'll put that one in Warm Fuzzies. Yeah, that one. This one is another like post-apop kind of. It starts out like a vaguely like a utopian fiction sort of. I don't know. No, that's wrong. The main character is like wrong in a society of all the people that are right, and you have to figure out why, and it's kind of shown to you why, and it's really interesting. And then this person is out there surviving and trying to figure out what the heck's going on. Very sci-fi. You're on a different planet, and this society is built around these. Basically, I think these bots. No, they're not called bots. They're called something else because everything is in just referred to in a different thing. So you kind of have to figure out what everything is that they're referring to in the context of what they're referring to it. It's really weird. Also, electronics can possess you if like you're needed for a role. It's really weird. But it was fun. You should read it. Agent Tchaikovsky writes Expert Systems Brother. Thank you, Evie. Next up, we have The Silver Spike by Glenn Cook. So does this go here? Does this go here? Doesn't go there. So did I like it more than Shadows Linger? Yes, I did. Does it go up here? Does it go in Big Good Feelings? This was Raven and the rest. We'll say because I liked the characters and I liked the return of some stuff, I'll say there. But it's another Black Company book, technically book 4, not written that way. Alien Clay, amazing. I really loved Alien Clay. The themes and everything for Alien Clay just hit. I know it doesn't hit for everybody, but I think the way that everything kind of connected together was really great. I have thoughts for a video combining that and then an essay that Ursula K. Le Guin wrote in the Language of the Night thing. And I have to actually like script it out because I can't just spout off whatever. But it's really fun, like the way that like he incorporates the names of the different parts into like the actual storyline was really fun. This is about, and this is by Adrian Tchaikovsky, if I haven't said, a dude who is sent to a prison planet. Basically, this is a planet that has weird ecology, and they're trying. It's basically an Australia situation where they're spending as little money to send prison convicts to this planet to serve out their sentence and do something, help with research on the planet, stuff like that. It's a crazy planet. Everything grows, obviously, and they're trying to figure out if there was a civilization on the planet previously, all these other things, and it just worked really, really well for me. Yeah. Spoilers. Oh, I just said one name. It is a hippie commune book. Thank you. I appreciate it. The White Rose. This is the third book, right? So there was the end of a trilogy type of thing. I did like this one more than some of the other ones. Comparing these books is hard. I will put it there. So this is a culmination of a bunch of things that happened in the Black Company and Shadows Linger, and then everything else continues on from there. Roughly, this is very much more. It feels much more traditional epic fantasy to me. Outside of a few things, it's kind of like a blend of the Black Company and then blending more epic fantasy in, right? Because the Black Company feels like almost epic fantasy from another perspective, and then the White Rose is kind of a flip a little bit. But there's a lot more, whatever. Yeah, Alien Clay is definitely one that, yeah, it's not going to hit for everybody. Yes, please try it. It's great. It's really good. City Last Chances. So this one cannot be a new favorite because it's already, it was a favorite from last year. This is a reread. So it can't be a new favorite. But we will put it up here. It's up there. City Last Chances, for those of you who don't know, by Adrian Tchaikovsky, if you cannot read because the title's right there. Amazing cover, by the way. It's a really fun book. It has a lot of POVs, and it's about rebellion. And it is about the fractiousness of rebellion. It is about this wild and vibrant fantasy city that Tchaikovsky has created. You do not, till about 30 or 40% in, you do not get a repeated POV, which can be tough for some people. And even then, there are still random POVs for one chapter of random people that pop out throughout the book. But you just got to be along for the flow. This is probably shaping up to be my favorite Tchaikovsky series if he continues like with everything in, City Last Chances and House of Open Wounds, and then whenever we read Days of Shattered Faith once it comes out, it's great. Yeah, it's vibrant fantasy world that you just need to discover. based on how the book tells it to you. And like there's the because there is a war going on, and this is an occupied city, it definitely feels like a lot of disparate puzzle pieces have come together, and you're not sure, like they're there and they don't necessarily all mesh very well. Like, and I'm saying that as a positive, right? Because you have different sections of the city, and there's such a big contrast between all of them, and this kind of functions as sort of like also a subtle indication of just like the whole like disparate pieces trying to come together and form a rebellion. Well, yeah, the crime bosses aren't going to mesh well with the students, right, from the university. It's just how it is. And those people are probably not going to mesh super well with just all the rich people that have tried not to be around, but think that they should rule everything anyways. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I have not. I have heard. Ah, yes, that makes sense. I mostly said that as a joke. But yes, the title of the book is like in the smack dab middle of Adrian Chekhov's the City Last Chances thing. I have not. I've heard that, and I really want to read Perdido Street Station. I just have to put it in there somewhere. Well, Anitha, you should get a magnifying glass out. Hey, how's it going, man? Cool. Three left. Let's get this party started. Shadow Games. It is not the sequel to Shadows Linger, despite the name. Shadow Games is... Yeah, so Shadow Games and Dreams of Steel are the Books of the South, which is the Black Company going south. Minor spoiler. Did I like it more than Silver Spike? Yeah, I did, actually. I liked... I can't say anything because spoilers. I liked where Croker's journey took him, right? And I think that, I have a lot of respect for how Glenn Cook wrote Croker's arc for very specific reasons, that started up in Black Company. We're going to put this there. Yeah, I really like Shadow Games. Dreams of Steel, written by somebody else, so not Croker. Definitely liked it more than the White Rose, so we're just gonna put that there. Dreams of Steel and Shadow Games are right afterwards. Yes, I foresee really liking Perdido Street Station. This makes me want to read it more. Is that bad? Oh. And the last one, there is no title on this one, but this is the Spoils of War series. This is by Adrian series. This is Spoils of War short story collection by Adrian Tchaikovsky. It takes place in the Shadows of the Apt universe. A lot of random stories. Where do I want to put this? We'll put that down there because, like, it's a lot of random stories from Shadows of the Apt. Most of the characters I didn't know. A lot of them were explanations, tie-ins for some of the later books for Heirs of the Blade, and then one for the Air War as well. Yeah, I think I'd probably like this better if I read it with Shadows of the Apt, right? So if you guys are going to start reading Shadows of the Apt, you should probably read these. Most of them will probably be good. I think there's one that probably is not good to read until you finish all 10, but most of these you should be good to read like right before Heirs of the Blade. There are 3 other short story collections that I want to read maybe this year that are all Tchaikovsky Shadows of the Apt short story collections, one of which is written by a bunch of other people, and the other 2 they're just written by Tchaikovsky. I think I have one of them. So I have Grief, the Grief one. It's blue, Tales for Grief or whatever. But yeah, that is that. So oh, I'm not one who actually like notices typos, honestly, a lot. I everything just go whatever. That's interesting. I'm very interested. Like, I actually have a copy of Perdido Street Station. I just don't know when I'm going to read it yet. Wow, Evie, you want me to read them during Short Story September? Historically, during Short Story September, do you know how many short story collections I read? 1. Yeah, they can suck it. Yeah, it exists. I don't historically read books that I don't like or I don't think I'm gonna like. It takes a lot for me to read something that I'm not gonna like, or okay, cool. I appreciate this because I forgot to put this on the list. Um, I appreciate you releasing me from that commitment, Anita. It shows real maturity. I appreciate it. Yeah. So I just don't read things that I think I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna like. That's really when it happens. um, that's all you do to have to qualify and get your participation. I chose not to because I chose to see you growing as a person, Anita, rather than being passive aggressive. No, she was not. She was not serious whatsoever. Um, what if an Evie starts reading Shadows of the Apt, and then I'm just gonna be forced to read them? Um, I yeah, basically existing is like participation. Yeah, so that's what I read. That's what I loved. It'll be really funny if I did this at the end of the year and I had 5 more books in new favorite, and then I'd have my yearly top 10 already just right there. It'd be great. That'd be nice. Can I? Let's download a virus. Cool. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah. Cool. And we're gonna make this 6-month wrap up. Cool. So how many of you hate me now? It's fine. Heck yeah, that's awesome. I'm really glad to hear it because Shadows of the App is a really good Tchaikovsky series. Yeah. Nice. Did you like put on your sunglasses and say, I'm in as you did that, Ryan? Um, yeah, Tchaikovsky. His name is fantastic it's fantastic to spell until your autocorrect catches up. Yeah, Glenn Cook with Black Company is amazing. I would also say historical fiction. If you're into that, Cicero trilogy is also amazing. And Tchaikovsky just has a lot of really, really good stuff. Um, Evie, have you made any Black Company videos? I mean, no, probably not. We need to have a discussion on the Black Company and figure out which books we need to talk about. Um, oh, excuse me. That was that's on camera. Um, yeah, maybe afterward. Yeah, no, I think we've talked about like doing like seeing if we can get a stream with Alan. Oh, cool. You guys did see that. That was from last year. That was there. Um, yeah. That's the tier list, guys. How long are we going? An hour? Not bad. At least I don't have to edit this now. Yeah. That is my tier list. Thank you for coming. Any last threats, comments, concerns, or anything along those lines? God, I wish there was a typing thing. It was like, so and so is typing. I don't know. But it's fun. Thank you for coming. Thank you for enduring the technical difficulties. Yeah, that's true. Well, we could twist Alan's arm to at least do the first 3. Honestly, we should talk about the first 4 if we're going to talk about anything together. Um, thank you, Ben. Watch out for Anita. Look, it's pretty high. I don't think it could be higher than it is, honestly. Just because, like, it was great, but it wasn't like City Last Chances or Alien Clay. Um, thank you. All right. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Get some rest because rest is important. And read some books because books are amazing. Didn't know if you knew that.